Yes, sir.
In the last lecture, we have done the boundedness of sequences. Today we're going to discuss the least upper bound and greatest lower bound. And greatest lower bound. Right? So let's say how it works. Now see that. So before going into the sequence, I'll be starting with the sets, right? So let's say you have a set, say A, an interval is given to you, an open interval, let's say, and you have a set B, and a closed interval is given to you, let's say this. Can you say that is A bounded?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
A is bounded or not?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Can you tell me what are the
Yes.
elements of A?
Infinite.
The numbers between 1 and 2.
Except
Okay.
1 and 2.
Yes, X such that all X lying between 1 and 2.
Yes, sir.
X is real, right?
Yes.
So is it a bounded set or an unbounded set?
Sir, bounded.
Bounded.
Of course, bounded. So
Bounded,
no way
sir.
that's. So how many bounds does it have?
Infinite.
2.
Infinite.
1 and 2.
Infinitely many, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
We,
sir.
we have already talked about this. Once a set is bounded, then it is bounded by infinitely many numbers. So
Yes.
let's say, let's draw it. So say this is 1, right? So say this is 2, right? So how many upper bounds can be there?
Infinitely many.
Infinite, right?
Infinite.
So can I talk about the greatest upper bound? Can I talk about?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Right? So this is what? Set of all. I would say all upper bounds. But can you tell me what is the least upper bound?
2.
2 is least upper bound, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we
But
cannot.
sir, 2
talk
is not
about-
included.
Yeah, that's a different issue we'll be talking about, right? We'll come to that. And if you take the set B, right? If you take the set B as well, so B would be like what? X such that X lies between 1 and 2. The only difference is 1 and 2 will be included in the set, right? And
Yes.
we can say the same thing about this, right? So we can use the same thing about this. For set B, it is also true, right? Is it true? Is it true?
Sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So now there may be a situation like let's say you have a set C, 1. I would say this. Let me choose another set. Let's say you have a set 1 to 5 union 6 to 10. Is it bounded? Can you find a number such that all other numbers
Yes.
are
Yes,
all
sir.
other numbers of the set are smaller than that?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Which one is that?
1.
Above 10.
10?
Or
10,
1.
10.
11,
10
12,
and above.
13, of course, right? So, but 10 is what?
Least upper bound.
Least upper bound.
No, you can always sense that what is least upper bound, right? You can always, detect the least upper bound. But how we can write mathematically the definition of least upper bound? So see this. So, least upper bound. So I would write the definition in these words. So let A be a non-empty set, non-empty subset of real numbers a number could say u. A number u is said to be least upper bound of A if u satisfies two things. U satisfies following two things. That's what. The first thing should be what? U must be an upper bound. Right. Second, what? No number smaller than u can be an upper bound. So let's understand these two properties with the help of the same example. So here you claim that 2 is your least upper bound. Now can you see that if I 2 is already an upper bound, right? See we are saying that we are talking about the least upper bound. So by name itself it is clear that it has to be an upper bound first, right?
Yes,
so
sir.
it is already an upper bound, but it should be least. So how that least term can be defined? That can be defined by that property 2, which is saying that no number smaller than u can be an upper bound. That means if you subtract something from 2, no matter how small, let's say this, you will get this, right? Something like this. So is it an upper bound now?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Why? Why it fails to be an upper bound?
Because
Then a number cannot be an upper bound.
sequence only.
Huh?
It's present in the sequence only.
No. Because a bigger number than this is already in the set. Right? Upper bound क्या होता है? जो set के सारे number से बड़ा हो. Right? But it fails to be the greatest element of the set. It fails to be the not of the set. I would say that it is not the greatest element of all these from 1 to 2. Right? Because we have a number which is already in A and which is already bigger than this number. So it cannot be an upper bound. Are you getting the point?
Yes,
That's why
Yes, sir.
U is the least upper bound. So more mathematically, what would we say? That U must be, each x must be less than equal to U for all x belongs to A. Is no number smaller than U can be an upper bound. That means for epsilon positive, however small, U minus epsilon cannot be an upper bound. Right? Is it fine? Are you getting the definitions?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
किसी को नहीं समझ आ रही है नोटेशंस वगैरह कोई चीज पूछ सकते हो. Pretty much easy.
So please explain again.
Which one? First one or the second one?
So both.
Okay. Let's say I'm repeating this with the help of an example again, with the same example I'll be taking, and you see it. Okay. So pick the set A, 1 to 2. Right. So you said that you're in this case your least upper bound, which I'll be denoting by U, so that U is 2 over here. Right.
Yes.
So you see that every number of A, if say A belongs to A, then every A is smaller than or equal to 2.
Yes.
Right? Is it fine? Okay. If you take the case B, that is also true. That means if some B belongs to B, then B is less than equal to 2. Of course, for 2, it holds the inequality. Right? Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all are upper bounds. But this is a special upper bound. Why? Because this is the least upper bound. This is the smallest of all the upper bounds. Right? And how we can say that? Because anything smaller than this cannot be even an upper bound. So if you say subtract a very small number, let's say start with 0.1, So it becomes 1.9. So now 1.9 cannot be an upper bound for this set. Why? Because 1.9, we have already 1.91, 1.99, and say 1.956. These all numbers are what? All numbers are bigger than 1.9. That's why 1.9 cannot be an upper bound of A, right? That's why this picture was there. So I was saying that this has to be the least upper bound, because anything smaller than this cannot be an upper bound. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
और
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, तो बड़े ही स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड लाइन में क्या बोलेंगे, सबसे अपर बाउंड के सेट में सबसे छोटा अपर बाउंड को क्या बोलेंगे, लीस्ट अपर बाउंड। ठीक है, तो मैं एक्चुअली इन दोनों एग्जांपल से ये बोलना चाह रहा हूं, द पॉइंट आई वांट टू मेक इज, so the very first note which actually you may be kind of having doubt in your minds, that's what I'm saying, that least upper bound, LUB, we denoted it by U, it may or may not belong to the set, right? तो ये जरूरी नहीं है कि सेट के अंदर बिलोंग ही करे, ओके? What the point?
Oh, okay, okay.
ठीक है? Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now on the, just we'll take the other side of the picture and now we'll define greatest lower bound. Okay. Now think of this set A again. Again take A, again take B, and you may take a new set C that is 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, and so on. Okay, so let me draw again the same thing. So let's say here 1, here 2. Now, is this set bounded below? Of course, yes. A is bounded below by what number? 1. And how many lower
One.
bounds are there?
Infinite.
Many. Infinite.
Infinite many, right? So
Yes, sir.
infinitely many lower bounds.
Yes, sir.
So can we find the least among that?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
No,
Right?
sir.
Sir,
But we can always find the
greatest.
Lower bound.
right? So in the same way, now we'll define greatest lower bound. So how we can define the greatest lower bound? In these words. So let A be a non-empty subset of real numbers, right? Then a number G is said to be greatest lower bound of A if the following property holds. Following properties hold. And which are those? So first of all, वही चीज same. If it is a greatest lower bound, first of all it has to be a lower bound, है ना? So first of all, G must be a lower bound of A. ठीक है? दूसरी property. That's why. Okay. So tell me. So we were discussing that. We were discussing that what was the greatest lower bound, right? So we are saying that it has to follow two properties. So first of all, greatest lower bound, the word greatest lower bound itself tells that it has to be a lower bound first, है ना? Greatest lower bound होने के लिए पहले lower bound तो होना पड़ेगा ना?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है? So और secondly, देखो पीछे हमने क्या किया था? No number smaller than U can be an upper bound. ठीक है? So no number greater than G can be, cannot be, right? Cannot be a lower bound of A, right? So again, we'll write it mathematically that G is lower bound. That means every number, every A, for all A belongs to A, right? Every A has to be greater than equal to G, right? Secondly, if we know number greater than G, that means for every epsilon positive, if we take G plus epsilon, then G plus epsilon cannot be a lower bound.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, G. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
ऐसे ही यहाँ पे लिख देते हैं.
Yes, sir.
That would be more, a more clear way to write the definition. ठीक है? Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So see that. Now let us do with the help of an example. Okay. So let's say B. ठीक है. तो B में हम क्या बोलें कि एक A ले लेते हैं 1 2. So see, if you talk about A 1 is always less than equal to all A, for all A belongs to the A. And if you add something to 1, no matter how small, so if you say 1 plus 0.000001, right? So it would be 1.000001, right? Fine. So is it a lower bound now?
No, sir.
No, sir.
When we draw a line, right? When we draw a line, say 1, say 2, so there are on the left hand sides there are so many lower bounds, and on the right hand sides there are so many upper bounds, and we can always talk about what? Least upper bound, and we can always talk about greatest lower bound. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Let's say how helpful this is in terms of the sequences. Okay. So if I say that, now we have done two concepts. One is increasing, another is decreasing, right?
Decreasing.
Increasing and decreasing. Two things we have done, right? So now the claim I want to make is, which I'm not going to prove that. Theoretically, will not prove the result. So I'm just stating the result, right? So let's say a sequence which is non-decreasing and bounded above. A sequence, let's say AN. Then AN will be convergent. देखो समझना इस चीज को, तो मैं प्रूफ नहीं करूंगा, लेकिन just see it, just see through the pictures and all that. So say you have a sequence AN is equal to
Could you
n.
please reverse your screen?
Yeah. Is it fine? Are you getting the point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Convergent. Okay, so what I want to say is, you talk about AN is equal to n square, right? So what is the problem with this sequence? Is it divergent or convergent?
Divergent.
Divergent.
Why divergent? You put 1, it will give you value 1. You put n
No
is equal
cluster.
to 2, yeah, it will give you 4. You put n is equal to 3, it will give you 9, and so on. It will keep on increasing. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now serious. So you take n to be 1. तो पहली वैल्यू क्या आएगी?
Zero.
Zero.
You take n is equal to 2, दूसरी वैल्यू क्या आ जाएगी?
By 2.
1 by 2.
1 by 2.
है ना? 1 by 2. Let's say here 1 by 2. Now you take n is equal to 3. What will be
2
there?
by 3.
2 by 3.
Little small, right? 2 by 3. Now you put n is equal to 4.
3 by 4.
3 by 4.
3 by 4, right? So this is also increasing, but this is increasing at a very slow pace, and this cannot go beyond n is equal to 1. Sorry, beyond 1, not n is equal to 1, beyond 1. Does it fine?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Why it cannot go beyond 1?
Because it will
When
be
n
It's always smaller than
One.
1.
Yes.
Uh,
Some value is
n-
always getting subtracted from 1.
Because when is equal to infinity, when n is equal to infinity, then it will
it
be
has to
at
be
one
1,
place.
right?
Yeah.
So it is increasing. It is increasing, but it is bounded above, right? So it cannot go beyond a certain bound. So it means this is, kind of its compulsion that it has to converge somewhere, right? But why least upper bound comes into the picture? Because once a thing is bounded, it is bounded always, right? It can be bounded above by 2 as well. It can be bounded above by 3 as well, and so many other numbers. But it is only convergent to 1, and 1 is a special kind of bound. Which kind of bound it is?
least.
least upper
So,
bound.
least upper bound.
So the precise statement would be like this. Let me pick this whole thing for you, and I would say cut, and I will paste over here. So I would say that then it is convergent, will be convergent, and an will converge to where? Least upper bound. अब ये स्टेटमेंट पूरी हो गई, समझ में आ गई बात?
Yes,
ठीक है?
sir. Yes, sir.
अब देखो, अब सेम चीज लगाते हैं, सेम दूसरी स्टेटमेंट कैसे बनाएंगे? इफ अ सीक्वेंस,
सर ऐसा
How
तो
least upper bound?
जब भी मोनोटोनिक होगा तब होगा ऐसा कन्वर्जिंग.
ऑफ कोर्स दोनों चीजें होनी चाहिए. जब
Sir,
उसमें
can
दो
you
खूबियां
please
होंगी तभी होगी.
Sir,
ठीक
can
है?
you please switch the previous page?
या प्लीज.
So can you shift the page a little low?
हाँ,
Yeah, thanks, sir.
is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if a sequence an is non-increasing and bounded below, so the sequence must have these two blessings, right? One is it has to be non-increasing, and another is it should be bounded below. If it has these two powers, then we'll say that sequence will then an will be
Converging.
what? Convergent. And will converge where?
Greatest lower bound.
Yes, and converge to greatest lower bound. Okay, so let's say, let's talk about this more. So, see, let's talk about this with the help of an example. An is equal to 1 by n, our favorite sequence. We have used it a lot, right? So now you want to plot it. Clearly, it's a decreasing sequence. That means a non-increasing sequence. So let's say if you put n is equal to 1, you will get 1. You put n is equal to 2, you will get half over here. You put n is equal to
0.
3, you will get 1 by 3 over here. Put n is equal to 4, you get 1 by 4 over here, and so on. Right? So it is what?
Yes,
bounded below by this line 0. Right? So it cannot go beyond 0. Right? It cannot decrease further. Right? So there are two things. One is it is keep on decreasing. Another is it has a certain bound. It cannot go beyond that bound. So these two things actually will make the sequence convergent. Right? So therefore, an is convergent. जो हम कल कह रहे थे ना कि अच्छा बाउंड कौन सा है, अच्छा बाउंड कौन सा है. So that's it. That's why we are talking about that good bound. and these good bounds are greatest lower bound and least upper bound, right? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, in the previous page, an
Yes.
equals to n square. It is non-decreasing, but it is not bounded, so it is not
That's why it has
converted.
to be divergent. That's why I told that it was divergent.
Okay,
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Because it doesn't have the special property, right?
Yes, sir.
Now see this. Now see this. Now we talk about another thing. And that's what. So
Sir, I have a doubt.
yeah, please.
Sir, why we cannot say that this an equal to 1 by n series is also upper bound, because it cannot go above 1 if we take n as a natural number.
True, but it is decreasing. Now we'll be talking in the terms of tail rather than the head. That's what I have already told. So we don't
Okay.
care about the finitely many terms. We are only taking care of our tail of the sequence, right?
Okay.
It will
Okay,
not converge to its head. It will converge to its tail, right? If it is convergent.
sir. Sir, जैसे अभी an is equal to n square is a divergent series, तो उसमें हम देखेंगे ही नहीं कि ये लोअर बाउंड है या अपर बाउंड है, क्योंकि वो
Of
डायरेक्ट
course.
डाइवर्जेंट हो गया.
I'm just giving you the another view to see the things, right?
Yes, yes.
कल तक तुम्हें इनफाइनाइट से पता था, आज तुम्हें बाउंडेड और इंक्रीजिंग मोनोटोनिसिटी की से भी पता चल रहा है. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. So should we go?
Yes,
Excuse
sir.
me, sir.
Yeah.
I have a doubt. This an is equal to 1 minus 1 by n. How is it converging to LUB?
So its LUB is what? Can you check its LUB? You simply write the terms of this. पहली टर्म क्या आ जाएगी? 0, अगली हाफ, उससे अगली 2/3 and so on. तो इसका लीस्ट अपर बाउंड क्या बनेगा? 1 ही बनेगा ना?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right?
Yes, sir.
So should we go?
So I have a general doubt.
Yes.
So like we are defining these sequences as non-decreasing and non-increasing. To make
Yes.
it easier, can we just call them increasing or decreasing?
This non-word are actually I'm using for the constant sequences as well, because they are always convergent.
Okay,
That's why this known word is included into that. Otherwise, you can think of like this, right? You
Yes,
just
sir.
discard the constant sequence from your mind, and then you can think of like either decreasing or increasing, right? So
Yes,
you can think in the strict monotonic sense.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
सर हमारी जो ऑसिलेटरी सीक्वेंस होती है उनको भी हम कन्वर्जेंट में ही काउंट करते हैं.
No, they are divergent. So can you give me few minutes so that I can explain that?
Yes.
Okay. So let's see.
Sir.
Okay. Now see that every convergent sequence is bounded, but every bounded sequence
Is not.
need not be convergent. So I'll first of all I'll give the example of the second part.
In square.
Right. That every bounded sequence cannot be convergent. And the good example we have is an is equal to minus 1 raised to power n. You see that the terms of this sequence are minus 1, 1, minus 1, 1, minus 1, 1. Is it a bounded sequence?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why it is bounded? Because it has lower bound as well as upper bound, right?
Yes,
It
sir.
is bounded.
Yes, sir.
But what kind of thing it is missing so that it cannot be a convergent sequence?
It's not converging at any point.
It is
Why?
not non-decreasing or non-decreasing.
It's an oscillatory.
You see, there are so many viewpoints are there, right? There are many ways
There
to
are
see the same
existing
thing.
limits.
No cluster is forming.
One is no cluster, another is you cannot find the limit, another it has two different subsequences which are actually converging to different limits. That's why it cannot be convergent. ये result भी किया था ना हमने.
Yes, sir.
And now one thing is what? Now it is bounded above, but it is not monotonic increasing or decreasing, because अगर दो चीजें होती तो कन्वर्जेंट हो जाता, लेकिन इसके पास एक ही चीज है, ये बाउंडेड है लेकिन मोनोटोनिक नहीं है, राइट? सो इट इज बाउंडेड बट नॉट कन्वर्जेंट. सो कन्वर्जेंट होने के लिए जो हम रिजल्ट लिख रहे हैं वो एक्चुअली क्या लिख रहे हैं? हम लिख रहे हैं इन शॉर्ट आई वुड से दैट बाउंडेड प्लस मोनोटोनिसिटी will make the sequence convergent. But if one thing is missing, either boundedness or monotonicity, when boundedness was missing, then we have seen the case an is equal to n square, where the sequence was not bounded, right? And it was diverging. And when the monotonicity is missing, that we have seen the case of minus 1 raised to power n. It is bounded, but it is not monotonicity. So both these sequences fail to converge. So they both are divergent. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Right? You got my point? But I haven't discussed the first point. So I'll give you this as a homework. You may check this. You can check the proof of that. It's a very small proof, but you need to understand that proof. So you may do at your home. So that is what I'm saying is. So let's, every convergent sequence is bounded. अच्छा, अब इसका पिक्टोरियल व्यू मैं बता देता हूँ, बड़ा आसान है, तुम्हें समझ आ ही जाएगा. देखो, अगर कन्वर्जेंट है तो कहीं क्लस्टर बनेगा ही, कहीं जाके रुकेगी उसकी टेल, राइट? तो अगर टेल कहीं टेल जाके रुक गई और हेड तो पहले ही रुका हुआ है, फाइनाइट स्टार्ट ही मिलेगी, तो दोनों तरफ से सीक्वेंस को क्या होना पड़ेगा? बाउंडेड ही होना पड़ेगा. But all you need to write it mathematically, right? So that's it. That is today's lecture. And yes, please, any doubt pertaining to the
May I
lecture?
speak?
Yeah, sure, for sure.
So this example, an is equal to minus 1 raised to power n, how is it bounded?
So can you see that all the terms are less than a specific number? Can you see this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Can you see this? All the numbers are less than a certain number?
Yes, sir.
And greater than a certain number?
Yes, sir.
So is it a bounded or not?
Yes, sir.
If you talk about the boundedness of the sequence, you only think about the range of the sequence. In range of the sequence, you are getting only minus 1 and 1.
Okay,
right?
sir.
So it is always bounded.
Yes, so what is monotonicity?
The monotonicity means either increasing or decreasing. Non-increasing, non-decreasing भी monotonic ही है. Monotonic का मतलब होता है monotone, single tone हो जाए. एक सेंस में या तो बढ़े या कम हो. अगर बीच में equal to का साइन आ जाता है, एक्चुअली उसे स्ट्रिक्ट मोनोटोन नहीं बोलते हैं, उसे सिंपल मोनोटोन बोल देते हैं. इसलिए यहाँ पे ये डेफिनेशन नॉन इंक्रीजिंग और नॉन डिक्रीजिंग की फॉर्म में लिखी गई है. ठीक है? मोनोटोन का मतलब यही है, या तो बढ़ता रहे या कम होता रहे, बस.